Hello everyone, welcome back to Principal's Talk Show presented by FunKidsIndia. Yes, welcome back to another episode of Principal's Talk Show. I am your host Rajni Parara, and today's episode is going to be extra special because today we are going to talk about how can we motivate our children and how can we motivate them to pursue their dreams. Well, to talk on this topic, we have an amazing set of principals on the show that I'm going to introduce you to. Firstly, we have Dr. Sunil K. Rai, Senior Master Academic, Selakui International School, Dehradun. Yes, he is from Dehradun. And then we have Dr. Juhi Gar, ex-principal, founder and CEO, Divin Pro India. Then we have Professor Dr. Birendranath Singh, former dean. Okay, yes, Professor Dr. Birendranath Singh, former dean, Doon Business School, Dehradun. Last but not the least, we have Principal Meera Mathur, DPSGI, Ghaziabad. Welcome back to all of you. Firstly, I would like to welcome you all to this amazing show. Welcome all the principals. We also have with us the founder and CEO of FunKidsIndia, Mr. Gagan Rana. Well, we'll also talk to him about a few things, but before that, principals, I would like to again welcome you to this amazing show, and I would like to begin this session by asking my very first question, which is actually very simple. So, principals, when we talk about dreams, so when we were children, when we were kids, so we always had dreams, different dreams. We always wanted to be something. Today, all of you are principals. I'm a host. I'm an anchor. So whatever dreams that we have, we followed them, and then we choose to become what we are today. So when we talk about dreams today, your children must also have a lot of dreams. So how do you motivate them to pursue them? We'll start with you, Dr. Sunil K. Rai.
Thank you so much, Rajni. Teacher means a dreamer. And
Right.
if a teacher is not a dreamer, he cannot inspire dreams. So I strongly feel that, my every child, known, unknown, sitting in the back or front, middle, speaking or not speaking, I should be attentive and watching and promoting their dreams.
Right.
I feel that sometimes it happens that we are more focused on the people who are participating in the debate, people who are speaking, responding to your class. And often we don't look at the student who is silent, sitting at the back, doing the work. So there is the catch. We have to understand that in this time when the kids are growing up so fast, it's essential to consider the importance of childhood dreams. It's very important that we should create an environment where their dream not only grow, it's sustain. We have to make each child believe that you are a special child, and whatever is your dream, that will come to a reality. Just you need to focus on few steps, that is setting your goal, finding a right path, and then working towards it. And time to time, you have to just see how many miles you have covered and how many more miles to go. So individual attention is very important. And that's why it's a very challenging times for the principals as well as the teachers, that we should know every child and we should try to foster this idea of dream. And we should allow them to fail. That is very important. We should never judge a child. You don't know that a child who is scoring 0 in one subject can become the master of other subject tomorrow. And it's not our time. When we were in the school, there were few professions. You can become doctor, engineer, or you can become teacher, professor. Today there are thousands of the profession, which none of us can claim that we know all the name of the profession which are available. There are children at the age of 6 who are earning in millions by just making YouTube videos and talking about what they like to do in a day. So dreams are important. I hope, this will initiate the talk.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful answer, Dr. Sunil. That's absolutely a beautiful answer. We must let children dream. That's a very first step, I believe. So coming to you, Dr. Juhi. So, Dr. Juhi, when I was a kid and when I was in school, so, there were a lot of competitions that were happening, basically debate competition, extemporary competition. So all these competitions used to happen. I always wanted to be one of the participants, but then I always had this thought: I, what if the other kids make fun of me, and what if I fail and I don't win anything? So I always had these apprehensions in my mind, and I always felt, a bit suppressed in that manner, because of fear of failure. So I'm sure there must be a lot of children nowadays also who must have these kind of fears. So how can we motivate them, and how can we let them know that failure is something that will make you learn?
अनम्यूट करो ना, अनम्यूट करने से आवाज आएगी ना.
एक minute.
Principal Juhi?
Yeah, I'm listening to you, Rajni.
Yeah.
So, thank you for your question, Rajni, and thanks for the opportunity, Mr. Rana. Wonderful panel, great show, and wonderful opportunity.
आवाज आ रही है.
It's a pleasure to have you.
Okay, thank you. So there was a little disturbance in between, so I so two things I would like to say. One, before I actually answer your this question, that how to actually motivate kids to aspire and to reach to what their aspiration is, I would like to first say, what basically is a dream. A dream in a kid's mind, a dream in somebody's mind is nothing but the visualization of your future, potential future. You visualize, you perceive, right? And how strong, how clear, how beautiful is your perception? How much clarity do you have for your perception? Defines and decides many at times that how beautifully or how early or how nicely you're going to reach there, right? So your vision, your perception, your clarity, it should be very, very clear to your mind. And not every child can bring that clarity on in the mind because of multiple reasons, because of the experience that the child has, the surroundings that he has, or whatever. So as a parent, as a teacher, as a mentor, as a facilitator, our job is only and only to clear their vision and to help them, handhold them, support them to reach where they visualize or they want to be. Right. And in order to do so, there are a couple of things that perhaps we can try. And the question is very much related. Now I'm answering your question as to how to motivate them. So you gave a one situation or example. So what should be our role? First role, if this kind of a thought is coming to a child's mind, that whether I would be able to do that on the stage or not, whether I would be successful or not, which means it has come to his mind or come to her mind from some way, some where it has come. As a parent, as a teacher, as a mentor, our role is primarily to show our trust in them, is to show them that I believe you. Hey, whatever you're thinking is great. I trust you. I believe in you. Trust is one thing, or believe is one thing. We believe in God. We have never seen him, but we believe that he's there. So we do not do certain things or do certain things in a certain manner. So when I say, I do not know your future is there or not like God, I have never seen it, but I believe in you that you'll reach there. Right. So the belief gives them huge amount of a strength, power. It works as a fuel to help them reach there.
How beautiful, how amazing. That's such a, I would say such a beautiful answer, that we do not believe in God. I mean, we have not seen God, but still we believe in him. So I think, that example will help motivate a lot of children. And I'm sure, the rest of the panel agree with your answer. That's an amazing answer that you gave, Dr. Juhi. So now I would like to come to Professor Birendranath Singh. So Professor Birendra, to you, I would like to ask, Principal Juhi, she talked about visualization. So when we visualize things, we always tend to visualize a lot of things that is out of our potential. Sometimes maybe it is in our potential, but we tend to at least feel or believe that, you know, all these dreams that we are dreaming of right now, they are way too out of our hands and way too out of our potential. So how can we motivate our children to let them know that no, they are not out of your potential? If you are able to dream them, you are able to achieve them as well. You just have to believe in yourself and trust in yourself.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah.
Now, my perception about dream is very practical.
Okay.
No doubt dreams are very essential for anybody's formation of the future, but it has certain drawbacks also. Because particularly, I'm not speaking of very small kids. I'm speaking of persons or students in the age of 14 or 16 and studying in the class 10, 11, 12. So normally what happens, most of the times instead of the kids' own perception about dreams, parents try to impose upon them their own dreams. And those dreams are most of the times not for inspiration, but it is to satisfy their own life's frustrations. Somebody did not become a good engineer, a good doctor. And from that point of time, he or she tries to put he or her dreams upon their own kids. And I found that the kids do not like this type of vision or certain type of dreams by their parents or by their kids. There are a lot of cases in my life when the kids or the students are appearing
I'm
for their
really
needs
sorry
or
to
appear for
interrupt.
the
I'm so sorry to interrupt you,
Yes.
Professor Virendra. Actually, we are having a bit of a lagging problem from your side. We are not able to actually hear you clearly. I think the internet is having some issue, I guess.
Yeah, I think you can switch off the
You're not
video.
able to hear me.
No, I think you switch off the video. I think that may help. Maybe sometimes the internet is like that. So if you just switch off the video, that may help, I guess.
Just one second. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah, we can come back to him later on. Then. Yeah.
Yeah, we can come back to you in a minute. Meanwhile, we would like
Switch
to
off
come
the
to you,
video.
Principal Meera Mathur. So, Principal Meera, are you able to hear me? Can you hear me?
Mike?
So now I can talk.
Yeah, you can talk.
Actually, Rajni, I
This
can
is
hear
mute.
you,
This is unmute.
but someone
This is
else's
unmute.
mic
You
is
can
on
talk.
and I'm not able to fully understand
Video
what
is
you're
on.
saying.
Video is.
Okay. Okay. I think the mic problem is okay. Now it's muted. So now, Principal Meera, I would like to come to you now. Can you hear me?
I can. Go ahead. Unless you can't see my video.
Great. Yeah, great. So, Principal
Give you a
Meera,
thumbs
to you,
up.
I would like to. Okay. So, to you, I would like to ask, when we say dream, so, I actually have heard this from a lot of people that you should not, if you want to become something, if you want to pursue something in your life, you should stop calling it as a dream. You should stop calling it a dream. When you're calling something a dream, it itself means that you will not be able to achieve it because it's a dream, which in Hindi we call it sapna. So you have to basically go into your sleep and then you have to dream. So it's actually, so people say certain things. So if you want to achieve something, so rather than calling it a dream, you should call it your reality or something that you would like to pursue in life or become in life. What would you like to say about that?
Very interesting what you say. So let's first of all understand that all of us here are unitedly talking about what is the center of our universe, and that is the child. All principals over here will tell you that Their entire life revolves around the child. So we are not talking about a dream that is taken when you sleep and you forget about it the next day. The dreams that we are talking about is their future. And therefore, first of all, we have to understand the difference between dreams and daydreams. So you may have a dream in your subconscious while you're asleep and forget about it the next morning. Or you may have a daydream, I'll probably be so and so Hollywood actor in so and so year. And though that would be a dream that can never come true. So we are talking about our future. And when you talk about future, you can't really say it's a reality right now. Living in the present, you're planning for something which is forward. So it's fast forward. Therefore, I do think that we ought to call it a dream because it is something to work upon. Now, the second part. So there could be a vision in your mind about what you want to be. But if it is not combined with action, then it will never fructify. It cannot happen. If you just dream, I want to be so and so, or I want to do such and such thing, but you don't take any action, you might as well forget that. That's a difference. However, the other side is there are some people who are so busy only in performing actions, action, 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 but no vision. Right. So that person almost like a floundering ship in the ocean because that person won't have any goal to go to. Right. So what we're going to talk about right now is more like the dream that a person like Newton had. Everyone has heard the myth, true, not true, can't say because Newton is not here to ratify it. But everyone knows that he saw an apple fall down and he only child who wondered, why does it fall down? Why doesn't it go sideways or upwards? But did he work on the theory of gravity, which has helped so much at that time in childhood? No, it was a dream that he had. He worked towards his education. And even when he was studying, even then, he was not able to work much on it. He actually took an 18-month break. And during that time, he came up with his theory. He researched and he worked upon it. So there are 2-3 parts of my answer to you. One is we must demarcate between a dream and a daydream. Second is we must follow up our dreams with positive action in order to achieve that dream. Third is we need some break also. Away from our books, our technology, our mobile phones, our Facebook, we need some time to think. Like Dr. Sunil Rai spoke about know your child. Very important. That KYC is also important. But know yourself also. Therefore, that 3-year-old who enters the school must also be taught to dream till the time that that 3-year-old comes to a stage where he's selecting his streams and planning his future. But everything is not about education. Many things are about their gaining skills also, but more about that later. And I'd welcome to be very happy to hear the views of my other friends. I hope I've answered your question.
You have, and you have given an amazing answer. You actually have added perspective to this question. So thank you so much for that, Principal Meera. So now I would like to come to Principal Dr. Sunil K. Rai. So Dr. Sunil, same question to you too. So now, when we talk about dreams, some people say that dream is a negative word. You should not use it. You should rather use the word goal or vision. So what would you like to say? Is dream a negative word or a positive word?
No, first of all, a dream can never be a negative word. Something which is keeping you sleepless, something which is not allowing you to sleep cannot be negative ever. So, if the inspiration is there, then only the dreams will be there. If there is some kind of excitement in you, then only you have some dreams. The dead man cannot dream. You have to understand that. So the dream is the most beautiful part of our existence. Somebody was dreaming once upon a time to fly, and some other person fulfilled that dream by making an airplane. Somebody has dreamed about, a nuclear power, something that can create a small particle can create energy. And today we have nuclear power. So dreams are living and it is passing from one generation to other generation. So the most important thing, what we have to understand is that when a child is born, child is like a seed. When that seed is in your house, you might think it is dead, a seed of a wheat, maize, or in a tomato, rotten tomato. The moment you bury it, the moment you give a proper environment, and then after the rainy season, you see the multiple, tiny plants are coming out. So dreams are those seeds, and just they need a proper nourishment, a proper soil, a proper environment, a proper care. And that proper care can make that dream, that latent energy which is infused in that object, to take a birth. And that's a beautifully being said by one of the poet, Pablo Neruda, in his poem Keeping Quiet. When everything proves dead, later proves to be alive. So dream is keeping you alive. You have to understand that. And when the child comes, and why I was talking about school, basically, that we have to understand that in the present scenario, when the society is running to meet the end, it is no more that era when one person was earning and the 20 members were sitting at home caring about a little baby. That era is gone. Unfortunately, the truth is that baby is born, and very after 6 months, baby is in a crutch or in a prep school. Somebody else is looking after. So basically, the home has become a school, or somebody else is looking after that baby. So that kind of middle family, the bigger family concept is missing because we are running for meeting our end. So the role of people who are around that baby becomes very significant. Earlier, that role was being taken care by grandparents, nana, nani, dada, dadi, taya, tai. Now, half of these words are not relevant to the children. They have not seen them. They are living in a nuclear family and they have heard about them. So we have to understand that today a child is finding that dream in laptop, in a device, mobile phone, WhatsApp. Why the children are becoming crazy of this social media? Somebody has to decode this, because they are trying to find themselves. They are trying to find some kind of recognition. So the dream is the latent energy. It has to be nurtured.
Wow, that's an inspiring answer. And that's really amazing what you said, Dr. Sunil. So thank you so much for that. And I'm sure it will inspire a lot of children now. And they will not take the word dream as a negative, quotation. So they will always take it as a positive word. So now coming to you, Dr. Juhi. Dr. Juhi, like Principal Meera said, it's important with your kids to, to know them. But before you know them, you should also know yourself. And, in the process of knowing oneself, sometimes it also happens that, parents also have a lot of unfulfilled dreams and a lot of unfulfilled desires. So what happens is they always want their kids to achieve them. They always want their child to achieve those dreams, what they were not able to fulfill for themselves. And in that process, what happens is they suppress the passion and the dream of their own child, and they ask them to basically follow what they wanted them to follow. So how can we convince the parents and also the children to, basically have a fine line in between and help motivate the kids?
Okay, thank you for your question. It's a lovely question. And thank you, Dr. Meera, for bringing this into our cognizance. Though we've been discussing this since long, but yes, it is still significant, and we observe this issue day in and day out. And we also must have encountered in our lifetimes that our parents lived through us.
Yeah.
So there is nothing wrong if parents live through us, but for parents it is very important to understand, look, you're not the owner of the child. The child Okay, we agree that child has come through you. The child has come through you, but he's or she is not yours. You do not own the child. So the child's destiny, interest, passions, capabilities, virtues is his own. You cannot own it. And when you cannot own something, you cannot buy it or sell it. You cannot buy his dreams or sell your dreams, or you cannot push yourself because you do not own this. So very beautifully also mentioned by Dr. Rai that, a tree, a seed is a living tree. Seed is a potential tree. And I would rather say it this way: a seed is nothing but a potential tree. Similarly, as a parent, if I would have to deal with this challenge which all of us face, and we must gracefully accept, the only tool technique is to gracefully accept the fact, hey, you are you and he is he or she is she. Why do I use he? Because I have two sons, so automatically this comes out from my mouth. So don't mind that there's no gender disparity here. I'm propounder of women empowerment, but here I use he because I have two sons. So how do I convince myself as a parent, as a mom, that let's accept the fact that I am myself and my child is himself, and he has his own identity. He has his own intellectual property. A dream is an intellectual property of which is a creative property of this child. You cannot own it and you cannot sell it. So let this child nourish, let this child function towards it. And as a parent, our role is to accept it gracefully. They are two different entities. Our role as a parent is to facilitate, is to nurture, is to water, is to air, is to seed this dream, and nothing else. Manifestation happens through them. You cannot do that.
Yes, definitely. Even God wants us to do all the good things, but we human beings are not listening to Him. And the Creator who actually has sent us to this earth, He also wants us to do, all the good things, all the good stuff. But we are choosing our own path. Some of us are doing the good work. Some of us are doing the bad work. So each one has their own destiny, and I think we should let them be. Basically, that's what Dr. Juhi actually said. So thank you so much for your answer, Dr. Juhi. So now I would like to come to Professor Virendra. So Professor Virendra, would you agree? Sometimes, because it happens, a doctor parent want their kid and want their child to become a doctor. A teacher want their child to become a teacher. So how can we convince not the kid or not the child, but the parent to not force their child, but rather motivate them to pursue their own path? Professor Virendra, are you there? I think we are still having some issue from Professor Virendra Nath Singh's side.
Now, am I audible now?
Yeah,
I'm audible.
you are. Yes, you are.
So I will give you the answer by citing one live example.
Okay.
As you mentioned, see, I was for some time working in the areas of Delhi and NCR, and I happened to meet one of the renowned doctors of some big hospital of Delhi. His name, I still remember, was Dr. Jalan. He was a cardiovascular surgeon. So one day he just invited me to his residence to counsel his son, who was aspiring to become a doctor by appearing at that time CBSE medical test, not NEET. So I went to the residence, and both Dr. Jalan and his missus were doctors in that Ram Gopal hospital or some hospital in Delhi. I forget name. When I talked to the child, and after talking, I just asked both these doctors' parents to leave the room so that I can freely talk to the child. When I was talking to the child, my nature naturally is to shake hands. So when I shook hands with the child, that was his son, about 16 years old, I found something. So I immediately asked Dr. Jalan and his wife to come with a stethoscope and a pressure gauge. Then they said, "What happened, doctor?" I said, "Please check his pressure." He said, "What happened?" I said, "You first check." And you don't believe his pressure, upper side it was only 35. Now we can imagine 35 on the upper side when you go by the thumb rule, 80, 120, right? So even the pressure falls down below 60, doctors admitted the patient to the hospital and say the life is going to be risky, anytime the heart may collapse. But the son is having 35 only, and both the parents are highly placed doctors. One is a cardiovascular surgeon, and they have never noticed it. Then after that, the doctor asked me, "Sir, you are not a medical practitioner. How you guessed it?" I said, "I am a psychologist. Half of the things I just guess by seeing the face, and I don't boast it. Really, I do that. Half of the things I can just guess by seeing the facial appearance, and if I touch the body, remaining 20 or 25% I find out. Even it takes me only 5 seconds to measure the pressure of a patient. It may be amazing because I with full sense I'm talking, because I have said in many medical conferences also, 5 to 10 seconds is my time for measuring how much pressure you have. And this I have done for thousands of students, thousands of people, and none of my findings are ever wrong. This is a new thing to be probed in medical sciences. Then he said, "Sir, how you thought this?" I said, when I asked the child, the son told me that, "Uncle, if my parents forced me to become a doctor, I have seen their life working both and earning lakhs of rupees per day by cardiovascular surgery and other things. I feel like committing suicide." So the first thing is this, that please ask my parents that not to force me to become a doctor. Then I said, "What you want to become?" He said, "Sir, I want to go for MBA or something else. I don't want to be a doctor at all." I told this to Dr. Jalan and others. Sorry, I'm mentioning name, but I'm not mentioning the full thing only, right? They agreed with me, and they discontinued his attending Akash JE on this JE and so many other coaching classes, which were just pressurizing him. He was coming from the school, then going for one JE coaching, then another coming and going for another coaching, and his life was. Now I find that he has become a very good businessman, and God bless him. So this is the practical example I have given, that how imposition of certain own dreams upon the
Right.
child are going to spoil their not only career, but it may cause spoiling their life also. Just I want to add a few lines only, because I was not allowed to. Not allowed means for technical reasons, because I am on long tour. I already begged apology from Rana Saab that I may not be able to attend because I am on continuous tour without any having supports. See, dreams is very good thing. I agree with everybody, all the panelists that dreams are very thing. But certain precautions have to be taken care of, which I have already mentioned in so many forums. Even in my latest book, My Struggle for Excellence, I have mentioned, I have written a full chapter on dreams. The book is available on Amazon.in and Flipkart, internationally available. My Struggle for Excellence. And in that book, I said, dream is the first and fundamental theme to become a big or great man or exceptional. But again, big successful man and exceptional man, there are a lot many differentiations which I'm not going to explain here because of shortage of time. Dreams, good, number one, essential. But one is seeing the dreams, as most of the panelists have mentioned in during their initial introductory talk, does not give good result. You should make efforts, tremendous efforts to make it happen. Or true. Again, efforts does not make a man great. Roadside, you might have seen lot many people breaking stones or working on the coal tar roads, this and that. Day and night they are working, but they are not able to even get 2 time meals. So hard work or making good effort does not bring success to your life. So most important thing is proper guidance. And these guidance should be provided not only by the parents, but the schools where the kids go very beginning, then and the latter part of their career by the teachers, by the professors, and not these professional counselors. Because the counselors like that, I don't blame them. Anybody goes to Kota, they say, yes, you can join IIT. Our last so many people have joined. You can become a doctor because you just pay this amount of fees and get a 1 year course or 2 years crash course and become that one. So there should be real guidance, guru. In Hindi, it is said, Guru bin gyan kahan se paun. That means you must get a guru to achieve your gyan or achieve your maqsad. And the fourth most important thing, which most of us are forgetting, there is somebody sitting right at the top. He is to decide. You cannot just deny the destiny or fate. Yes, one of my books 60 years ago, the name is My Geeton Ka Guldasta. In my cover page, I have written with full sense, गर हम इंसान होंगे तो गर हम इंसान होंगे तो बिगड़ी को बना के ही रखेंगे बिगड़ी को बना के ही रखेंगे एक दिन लाकर किस्मत को एक दिन लाकर किस्मत को कदमों पे झुकाए के ही रहेंगे. That means you can conquer the mountains if your irage are buland or your determination. After 30, 40 years, again I wrote one book, and in the cover page I have written, I have realized that after all, there is Almighty sitting who just decides, gives okay or not okay. Your efforts might be this. So again, I have written that मैं नहीं कहता हूं कि कुदरत को मान लो मैं नहीं कहता कि कुदरत को मान लो मैं नहीं कहता कि उसकी हस्ती को जान लो मैं तो सिर्फ ये कहना चाहता हूं कि है कोई ऊपर बस उसकी अहमियत को मान लो और जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ो. So with these things, I just say, and the last and final thing, which I always tell in colleges, university, and to schools, that ashirvads of your or blessings of your parents, particularly your parents, is very useful, particularly when you go for your exams or go for competitive tests, etc. Nowadays, jokingly, I say that instead of touching the feet of your mother or grandmother or your parents, just there is a habit, mom buy and mom says tie. So mom buy tie does not give good result. I'm still an old man, nearing about 80 years, and believe that there are blessings have got tremendous power to change your destiny in the same line as Kudrat changes your destiny. So with this submission, I'm sorry in the initial stage I was not able to join because I'm technically not that much sound and I'm in tour, I'm not getting proper supports anywhere, which I expressed already. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Birendra. That was an answer. I mean, you actually stated so many points and so beautifully you stated all of those points. And I'm sure that the panel sitting here today, on available with us today on Principal's Talk Show, absolutely agree with all the points that you stated. So thank you so much for such a beautiful answer. So now I would like to come to you, Principal Meera. So Principal Meera, I would like to ask you, today in the time of social media, when there is so much trolling happening, when everyone is sitting to pinpoint your negative things, basically all the complexities that you have, inferiority complex that you have, all the negative traits that you might have. So what they do is they pinpoint those things, but rather than appreciating what the good work that you have done, they basically pinpoint the negative thing, what you did not do. So which demotivates a child, which demotivates a person. So if I ask you, so what would you say? How in the age of social media, should a child still be motivated?
That's
and
very
also not take
interesting.
care of the, yeah, and I'm so sorry, but and also not take care of the trolling that's happening.
So, to tread a path where there has been a dream, you need to tread it alone, and you need to tread it uncaring of what happens. So let's talk about trolling. Yes, true. Let's go back in time to the days of Martin Luther King. I'm sure all of you remember his speech in Georgia, I have a dream. And it was a long speech, and many things he said. One of them was, I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin. He said that. And today, you know that if we talk about the President Barack Obama, we'll see that he was not judged by the color of his skin, but by the content of his character. Until date, he remains a beacon of light for many people. So you see, today we've been concentrating on the individual and the individual's dream. But sometimes the dream of an individual lives on long after he's gone. Martin Luther King Jr., you remember, he was assassinated and he did not live to see that day. But he had a dream which he passed on to generations later. And he was booed very often when he said such things. Why go very far? Look at our Prime Minister Modi. He came in. How was he derided by the opposition, who even had terms like chaiwala? And instead of saying that being a chaiwala is derogatory, Modi showed the world that he took pride in the fact that he had such humble beginnings. And I think he is a beacon of light who shows us that whatever your beginnings may be, it's actually where you end up that matters. It's your selfless service that matters. So I suppose we have to actually educate our children to be a little more self-confident, to be a little more focused on what they want to do with themselves rather than worry about trolling. And that is the problem with social media. You are judged, and judged well, judged harshly. Communication has gone for a toss. If I start talking about technology, I think we'll need another chat show. But really, someone uploads a photograph, there are likes, there are dislikes, and that person is just counting how many likes, how many dislikes, and that makes or does not make their day. That's what I meant when I said about new, that we need to take time off sometimes and keep away from technology and maybe be with nature for a little while.
Yeah.
William Shakespeare said that we are such stuff as dreams are made of. So it depends on what you dream. And your dream, when you fructify it by visualizing and working towards it, then you have succeeded. What we as adults need to do, even to the 3-year-old who steps into our school, is to make sure that we rouse their creativity, their imagination. We need to introduce them to the make-believe world also, where birds can talk and animals can talk. And there is always a lesson to be learned from someone or the other around us. We need to tell them about role models. Shivaji did not become Shivaji in a day. His mother Jijabai told him the story of brave people, and bravery was what she inculcated in him, and that became his goal. So today we remember him. If you've seen the movie The Man in the Iron Mask, and that's about how Louis XIV became the emperor. When Doug Turner dies, at that time, Lieutenant Andre says, all my life, I wanted to be him. So that shows that if you have a role model and you want to be like that role model, you will never, of course, duplicate anyone. You will be an individual in your own light, but you have something to work towards, something that makes you move forward and achieve for yourself. Let us teach our children to know themselves, to kind of create a bucket in which they can put in all their qualities. Let us teach them to sort out that bucket into positive qualities and not so positive qualities, because there's nothing that's a negative quality, a positive quality. To work on that, and having worked on that, to build that dream, let's encourage them, let's motivate them. And it's very important that we ourselves are exemplary. You cannot expect them to turn off the mobile while you are all the time on it. Simple.
Right. Yeah, those are some great points. Those are some really great points that you said, and I totally agree with what all you said. So we especially need to be careful about what we are doing rather than telling our children to do things in the right manner. So rather than that, we should focus on the wrongs, that what we are doing wrong, and what is that we have to make right. So that's something that you said. Really beautiful. So now I would like to come to the founder and CEO of FunKidsIndia, who is helping actually a lot of children to follow their dreams, to follow their passion, basically. So we are also having the auditions in Dehradun. Yes, very soon, 2nd June. So today is 2nd June, and we are having our Dehradun auditions very soon. So which we would like to talk to about from Mr. Gagan Rana. So, sir, what would you like to say, and how do you feel, helping all these children follow their passion, follow their dream, and how does it feel to actually give them a platform to showcase their talent?
It feels amazing, I would say. And so it's on 7th of June, the audition we have in Dehradun, because we already had audition in Meera Mathur Ma'am School, DPSC International Ghaziabad, which is kind of a North India one. But now we are doing in Dehradun as well, which is a game villa entertainment. So a lot of people, a lot of children are coming over there. So so definitely, all the panelists from Dehradun are most welcome to talk to us on that and send their children, talented children, to this amazing event which is happening on Tuesday. So I'll capture that or we'll talk on that a bit more. But yeah, for me, it's amazing because we are, in season 2 at the moment of IET. So I just take you a quick, whistle tour of this IET, because we already done a lot and we are doing a lot again. So just be with us. So it is FunKidsIndia. So this is very quick. We are a kids and family oriented online channel, and these are 3 main things we do. We do online, India's Emerging Talent reality show, where we, have 3 categories of kids where they participate across up to 19. And from October, we are starting a separate show called India's Emerging Talent Seniors, which is 20 plus. So that's going to come very soon. And then we make our own songs, and this is our team with the Fanta Claus in Connaught Place, and we do a lot of events. And now we started Principal Talk Show, and then again we're gonna come for the Principal's Talent Show season 2 soon. So that's coming in probably in August time or sometime around that. So we're gonna amazing. We had a good season 1. Meera Ma'am was there, one of the winner. So yeah, this is season 1. These are the kind of judges: me, Soumya Tandon, Delnaz, and Ada Khan. We had in Gurgaon, and these are sponsors. We have Radisson and Raja Masales, and cJourney and Dobson Clearwater. These are the pictures you can see where we have the even the COVID time we had this. I know Meera Matham, you want to come in but couldn't for some reason. But yeah, it was an amazing show we had, and kids from all over country participated, even from London as well. Now we're in season 2. Season 2 is bigger. So Salim Merchant is one of the judge of the show with me in the grand finale. And for Dehradun, we have a local, level of judges, who are very talented by themselves, international level of sitarist and vocalist. Okay, this is the audition chart, very quick one. We have covered hybrid in Dehradun already, which is just online. But now we are coming so this is an old slide. So we are coming on 7th of June to Dehradun. Then we are coming Lucknow, Mumbai, Delhi, and others. And then we have a grand finale probably in August this time, because Salim Merchant is not available in July, we thought so. So it could be delayed by a few weeks, the finale. Okay. And yeah, these are the 3 international winners. So if you anybody from Dehradun or anybody participate, like we had audition in Jammu, we had audition in Sahabad, now Dehradun, then Mumbai, Kolkata, Chandigarh. So yeah, we are covering all over India, and international as well. We have covered like kids from Australia, UK, US, even Germany, Dubai have been participating. So yeah, this is going to be one of the amazing talent show across India and Pan India, where you will have 3 winners in 3 age categories. It's not like India's other shows where you have 1 winner, which is generally grown up, but we are giving opportunity to all the kids across the borders and within the borders as well, to be the winner of the international level. So these are media coverage, as you can see us covered by us, and even Madam, your one is there as well, where we did the NI audition, and Mira ma'am, and this me in the middle with Bareilly. We had the audition in Bareilly covered by media, and the kid got covered by media and Hindustan Times as well there. Plus this is Ghaziabad audition, Mira ma'am's school. These are a few more, and then again a Sahabad audition and all that. So we're getting good coverage, and now we just speaking to one of the show, the Mumbai principal. She said she had 500 children, so probably we can have 500 children from one school only. So yeah, it is growing up now, and I expect all the principals to just be part of it. So far this is Bhind, Madhya Pradesh, who participated 670 children from one school. So it's a record so far, but I think there are a couple of schools which will probably break Nana mem record. She may not like it, but it's a fact. Yeah, so yeah, that's what we are. India's emerging talent in this, and the PTS is, of course, we call amazing principals like you to talk about children and have a fun time. And of course, Principal Talent Show season 2 going to come very soon. So just be ready again on that front.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Gagan Rana, for this beautiful presentation. And I would like to, again, all the guys who are watching us, all the audience who's watching us right now, everyone, today is 2nd June, and we are having the auditions in Dehradun on 7th June, which is the coming Tuesday. So the coming Tuesday, 7th June, we are having auditions in Dehradun. So we request all the talented kids, all the talented children, and students from different schools of Dehradun to be available and to present there on the location where we are having the audition. So it is going to be really fun, and we'll have a lot of fun. It is a platform that is given to you to basically showcase your talent. And all the principals who have joined us today on this panel and who are from Dehradun, we would especially like to request you to please be there on 7th June, on the coming Tuesday in Dehradun, where we will be having a lot of kids, students, toddlers, so from different age categories. So we will be having all of these children, basically they'll be showcasing their talent. So you yourself will be able to see how much talent not only India but Dehradun holds. So it's a great platform, and request you to be there. So
and also Rajni, I think how to achieve the dreams, this is the dream, because this platform is just not for singing, dancing, acting,
right.
Any talent, any dream. If you are even a runner, right? Last time there was a runner in Jammu. He said, how I can participate? He said, yeah, make a video, send real time, send to us, and we'll judge you on the basis of video. Then he made a video on his father's scooter. We recorded the video, and that's it. So every talent is welcome, whether you're a cookery artist or you are a guitarist, sitar vadak, whatever talent you have, you think, but the key thing is it should be extraordinary. It should be amazing. So even if it's not amazing, still okay, give it a try. It's because it's India's emerging talent, you're emerging talent, so you should be able to participate.
Yes. So you might not be able to win, but you will definitely emerge, and probably in the coming season 3, you will be able to win. So, Dr. Sunil, I would like to come to you, and I would like to ask you, what are your thoughts on this platform being given to these children to showcase their talents? So what would you like to say about that?
It's a fantastic opportunity. First of all, congratulations for doing this for society. Children need platform, basically. That's what I was saying in my first part of the presentation, that we are not giving them enough opportunity. And that's why, all of us, none of us can disagree on this point of view that at one point of time, we all say, I wish मैं ये किया होता, I wish I would have got that, I wish मैंने ऐसा नहीं किया होता. So that I wish part is always there. That's a regret. So
Right.
the platform like India Emerging Talent will cover up many ifs and buts. So children who have a dream that they can sing, they can dance, they can run, and they can make themselves on this platform. What will be better than that? Because appreciation is one of the very important part of development, and this platform will give them that appreciation. So hearty congratulations to your team, and great job.
Thank you so much. And also, I would like to ask you, because you yourself are from Dehradun, and I am also, I am from Nainital. You're from Dehradun. I actually have done my graduation from Dehradun. So I know basically, so Dehradun holds actually a lot of talent. We have seen a lot of talented people from Dehradun. So, your school basically. So what would you like to tell the student of your school? What would you like to tell them?
This is very true that, that Doon Valley is really fertile in all form, not only for lychee, but also for talents. And so people from across the country, if you walk on in Ghantagar area, every second person is from different state. So
Right.
It's no more a Uttarakhand anymore. The Dehradun is basically a mini India. So children across the country are studying there because, as you know, that's a education hub. Some of the best institutions are there. And as a result, the parents do come to drop them, to take them back, or to find a good school. So people are visiting, and definitely I'm going to tell our children that if you have anything that you're hiding from us, this is a platform for you. Go and explore yourself there. Because many times children, they hesitate. What Ma'am Meena said rightly, and Dr. Juhi said that, many times the dreams are held by them. Because ultimately it is the child who has to explore. You can train a child, but you cannot run for a child. You can teach a child, but you cannot write for a child. So the child has to do. And these platforms are very encouraging, and the amount of talents which are coming. If you see the present generation singers, I think 90% of them are from some or other singing show. They have emerged from there. So earlier there was only one Mohammad Rafi and Kishore Kumar, and people thought what will be happening to the singing world if they go. And today there are thousands of Mohammad Rafi and Kishore Kumar, and every year they are being produced. So it is courtesy to the channels and the platform like your what it is giving. So I'm sure the Doon will not disappoint you. And as you are coming in the right season, so you must buy some lychee and must have it. You must have the bakery, and hope to see you there.
I can vouch for that Dehradun is definitely not going to disappoint, not at all. There is no two ways about it. So, Dr. Juhi, what would you like to say?
Yeah, I completely agree with Dr. Rai. And हिंदुस्तान में तो जितने ऐसे प्लेटफॉर्म बने उतना अच्छा पॉपुलेशन इतनी है, बच्चे यंग पॉपुलेशन है, जितना प्लेटफॉर्म उनको मिलेगा, जितनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज मिलेंगी, उतना वो अपने आप को शार्पन करेंगे. They're going to sharpen their eggs, and more they'll be able to make their life better, in coming times. And सब काम schools नहीं कर सकते हैं, सब काम parents नहीं कर सकते हैं, कुछ काम आप जैसे लोग करते हैं एक अच्छा right platform बनाने का. So I think I would request and recommend all the kids who are watching and their parents those who are watching, and otherwise I'll pass this on to my network that hey, it's an opportunity, why don't you go and try. And छोटा talent, बड़ा talent, टेढ़ा talent, मेरा talent कुछ नहीं होता, talent होता है. आप बांध नहीं सकते किसी चीज में. So go and explore, and you never know कि कितने talents जो हमें पता भी नहीं हो exist करते हैं. जैसे कितनी फील्ड्स और स्किल्स और एजुकेशन हमें पहले पता ही नहीं थी कि एग्जिस्ट करती है, आज की डेट में उनकी आइडेंटिटी है, सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है. उसी तरह का आपका टैलेंट कुछ अजूबा होगा, उसको सेलिब्रेट करने का मौका दीजिए, or
Uh,
go ahead.
Definitely.
Best of luck. Amazing.
Sorry, I think I
And
want to say one point here, Rajni.
yeah,
Sorry. So, we have this interesting concept which started recently, which is top three. So we we went to Bareilly. We had Bareilly top three for each in age group, like toddlers, teens, and kids. So same thing for Dehradun as well. We have a Dehradun top three. So in that we will uh, publish the report from the school with the child belong, and the principals and parents and the trainer. So we're gonna honor all of them in Dehradun top three. So make sure you participate. Don't lose the opportunity, because we are a very fair platform, and I think Mira ma'am knows it, because she was involved with it in season one, and we've been just got comment, because we are very open. He said, I'm from England at the moment. I'm coming to India tonight this evening, as you probably heard. So yeah, just this is opportunity to be at the top three. Any school of you or anybody who's listening at the moment, please come and join us, and you will get the very fair results. Even international level, because that's my word. And yeah, you're gonna have fun. That's the whole point. You have opportunity to fulfill your dreams. Go for it.
Okay, एक question है गगन जी. So you also allow
Yeah, please.
Sanskrit mantra chantings. My son
Yeah,
is
yeah.
he by heart. I mean, we are teaching him Bhagavad Gita, and he remembers couple of chapters by heart.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Any talent, because that's beauty, about our platform. We don't say no to any talent, because it's a talent platform. Like if you see few commercial channels just for some money and all that, they just focus only on singing, only on dancing, but we focus on everything. Like any talent. We want to give opportunity to everyone, and what we say is not even a single child should be left alone. So yeah, definitely go for it. The key thing is up to judges. If they like his Ucharan is so great, then he could be the winner. Why not?
absolutely. And as you said, Dr. Juhi, that there is no tera talent, mera talent. There is only talent. एक कलाकार की कोई नाम नहीं होता एक कलाकार का. एक कलाकार की पहचान उसकी कला से होती है. So whether it's dancing, singing, poetry, writing, or chanting the Sanskrit mantras, IET season 2, FunKids India, they welcome all with open heart. I think Dr.
Great.
Sunil wants to say something. So you are on mute, actually.
No, you are absolutely right, Rajni. What Juhi ma'am said, that if your child knows Sanskrit, what is better than that? One of the most ancient language.
Yeah.
And, Meera ma'am, you will be, surprised to know that Meera ma'am and we are colleagues. We work in the same organization. So,
Wow.
so, thank you for giving us this platform. And I'm sure this India's emerging talent will give platform to another millions in coming time. And we might end up getting thousands of Kishore Kumar, Mukesh, or Amitabh Bachchan, who knows, or a beautiful, fantastic runner, or a Sanskrit slok reciter. So my best wishes are with the group.
Thank you so much, sir. So, Principal Meera, you were there for season 1 and you saw all the talents that India's emerging talent actually gave. So, there were a lot of actors, singers, poets, and also we saw a boy who was basically, who did not have sight, but he was able to do, the karate and everything. So, what would you like to say about IET season 2?
Okay, so it's so nice that you all are going to Dehradun. Had I known it earlier, I would have contacted my counterparts there. Dr. Sunil has just told you that we are in the same organization. He is in Selakwi, that's a boarding school, and we have DPSD Dehradun. So I'm definitely going to talk to my counterparts over there. And if you can send me all the details, so let's see what we can do and muster up talent. I must tell you that in December, we had hosted the children from Dehradun in our own school. It was a very cold, wintry evening, and we had a bonfire and all. So I was there to greet the children, and they probably felt that a principal is someone who is very standoffish and someone who's very remote, but they were glad to interact with me. And then we had a bonfire, and some dancing, and there was some incredible talent. There are beautiful singers and dancers and what have you over there. So I'm sure they will participate. Give me the details. I'll forward them to you. And it's a very happy coincidence to be talking where Sunil is, because we are not only in the same organization, but we're also with the same professional learning community. So we are also together as far as language building is concerned. It was good to see his photograph, and I kind of joined in only today because the CBSE exams are going on, as you know. Gaganji had invited me last week too, but I was not able to join because of these exams. Now coming to FunKids, I've been involved with FunKids because Gaganji and I go a long way back to LinkedIn days. And over there, he talked about Principal's Talent Show. So those were the days of lockdown, and I was so far away from all my students, missing them a lot. And I wanted to demystify that a principal is not someone who's very remote, but someone who is very livable, and you can have a meaningful relationship with a principal too. So I don't know how. I just performed for the lark of it and did get a silver trophy. That was not my intention. My intention was to have fun and let my kids also have fun. The kids enjoyed it. So that was one experience which was beautiful with FunKids. And the second one was when we hosted them last, I think Gaganji, it was November when we hosted you?
21st November, yeah, 21.
Yes, it was November. And, children had come from Punjab and all over. I remember there was a 3-year-old who came early in the morning from Chandigarh and stayed so late in the night. If you remember, they canceled the train too for their 3-year-old to perform. So that was the kind of excitement. And those were the days of lockdown. Yet we followed all the protocols and the children came wearing masks. But when they went up on stage, they would take off the mask and participate. I think we brought a lot of joy to their lives. And kudos to you for doing that, because they were cooped up in their homes good long 1.5 years then. They'd been just in their homes, not at school at all. So it brought so much of fun and excitement. And everything was not about winning. Some of my students did win over there. They didn't crack the nationals, but the experience, the platform, that was so important. So I'm glad you're doing this. And once the children recognize themselves and they know their talent, then they get encouraged to take part at other places also. And even if they don't make a career out of it, at least they've had fun and enjoyed their childhood. That's what's most important to me. Thank you.
They'll always have that memory to cherish, basically. So, and we will also take this coincidence as a good omen for the upcoming auditions that we are having on 7 June in Dehradun. So before we end the show, lastly, we would like to come to Dr. Birendra. So Dr. Birendra, if you're there, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So, yes. So, sir, what are your thoughts on IET Season 2, India's Emerging Talent Season 2, and this platform, which is actually giving a lot of children to showcase their talent and to actually know what their talent is, to basically explore their own talent. So what are a few words from you?
See, actually speaking, this FunKids forum is such a forum which people of India never believed earlier. Because facing a camera, going to this type of live show was just in the dreams of unprivileged people. Now, your forum is giving them an opportunity to come up with their, yes. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
So this was a forum where they can showcase their talents and get immense amount of opportunities. And out of 130 crores of people, I think finding at least 13 good people who are comparable with the international levels is not very difficult. The only thing is this, that somebody has to take the initiative to find out the talents, explore the talents, coach and guide them, and shape them so that they can bring name and fame to India. So my congratulations to your team and your forum. And thanks for inviting me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Birendra. So now it's time to end the show. Thank you to the panel for coming to Fun Kids India Principal Talk Show. Thank you so much to all the principal, all of you. We are soon coming up with Principal's Talent Show. Yes, Principal Talent Show, where the principals will get an opportunity to showcase their talent, and the IET kids will be judging you, and they will decide who the winner is going to be. So we are very excited about that. So Principal Sunil is already smiling, so I can see the excitement. You definitely have to be there. So now it's, the spotlight will be on you to basically showcase your talent. So you can, get ready, and you can brace yourself from now, and you can basically start exploring your talents. So all the talent that you have, you can start exploring from now onwards. So when the episode will come, you'll have all the talent. So now I would like to again thank you all for coming and doing the show. It means a lot. It's always a pleasure having you. So everyone, thank you to you too for joining and watching the show, and we'll soon come with another episode only on Fun Kids India platform. You guys keep watching and stay tuned to Fun Kids India, India's Emerging Talent Season 2. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.